I would like to share with you this poem, I Dream of Freedom, from the Voices of South Central. And I'm going to tell you to listen to this gentleman, and I'm going to explain how this all unfolded yesterday or the day before. Take care.
It's been a long time since I've seen my wife. A devoted one, bonded with me for life. I don't know where she is. My eyes keep staring at the North Star. My love will always be with her, whether near or far. It wasn't too long we both jumped over the broom before our trying days of our intended doom. I loved to hold her close, hide her deep in my arms. I swore I'd protect her from harm. When it was silent and we laid, I'd look in her eyes, being thankful to God I have her for at least one more day. I remember, if I closed my eyes real tight, how her hips used to sway all sweet in the night. How she used to sound when I heard her speak. The voice of an angel made me peacefully go to sleep. But I couldn't keep my promise. I fought as hard as I could. They still took her and my child, acting bold and brave, telling her she was going to an auction to be sold because she's a slave. I saw her one last time. We looked, staring in each of our eyes. I whispered, "I'm sorry." I said, "I protect you." I lied. Silence. That's all I hear now if she isn't by my side. I don't want to live anyhow. I do dream of freedom in a place all alone, just her and me, seeing our children dance, faces filled with glee. We could be together for the rest of our days, unchained land where I could tell her how much she means to me, never letting go of her hand. Now I work in Master Smith's cotton field from sun up to sundown. The thorns from the plants taking the skin off my fingers that used to be brown. I still think about Olivia and Joshua, my boy, just hoping they're all right. To see them once again, whether it be day or night, and to my master, if he told me how I feel, not ever gonna happen, of course. I tell him, you can take away from me many things, even my dignity and my pride, but the memory of my Olivia keeps me alive. So master, as you smile and your teeth do shine with a gleam, I demand, don't you even dare take away my dream.
You just heard I Dream of Freedom from my book, The Voices of South Central. And the gentleman who read that piece, that poem, his name is Bruce, a new good friend that I just met yesterday, excuse me, at the SALA Watts event, read by members. He was part of a theater company, I think, based in Watts. So it's always good to have love from that community. It is a part of South LA, and I'm write themes that are based in the community. So it was wonderful to feel honored by your own and recognized by other people across the city of Los Angeles, not just South LA, but or South Central, but just to be recognized by people who love poems and good messages. And I will name names here. One of our members of the Bill Blue Writers Workshop, Ron Dow, who is the author of Crooked Out of Compton, and a very good book, you should check it out. He alerted me to the fact that and he received an email from Mr. Dan Fruit, who works at UCLA, and so I was able to get in touch with him, and Ron on his end was able to communicate to the group of poems that they would like to read from, because they were interested in the Voices of South Central, which I found very, very good. I was fascinated by that and happy. They selected I Dream of Freedom, and as you heard, there's a reason why they heard it. It's a very social commentary type of poem, and one day I'll get into the specifics of why I wrote that, but I just wanted to say that For the purposes of this video essay, I just want to express my gratitude. I want to thank Dan and Ron and everyone out there who made this all possible. Now, there were other people who were mentioned, other people whose work was read. They read from Wanda Coleman, Miss Aubrey Kaplan, other local giants that I was very happy to find myself in that group. Not that I'm a local giant, but just that I feel that I just feel very fortunate to be part of that group that the group read from, and very happy inside today. Um, Very fortunate, feeling blessed, but actually very gracious that this group found time to read my work. So that being said, I also want to express my thanks to something that happened earlier this summer, and this is from my local neighborhood. My residential neighborhood association gifted me with a certificate of recognition of working in writing and just being an author. There are other talented people, other worthwhile people in this community or in my neighborhood who also deserve the same accolades, but to be honored by your own community means a lot. Um, this, of course, this is not my first time being honored by a community or organizations in the community. I remember receiving something from the YMCA when I was a volunteer and volunteer coach for that program in the local YMCA, and it really made me feel so much better. I was really happy to receive that because it just seemed like the hard work that I put in was rewarded, but all that just being recognized for my work. So that really helped. That really meant a lot to me. So I want to boil this down to a lesson or a subject that I want to discuss, and it's not about just about me, because I try not to make these things about me, but I really want to bring a broader lesson to anyone out there who feels like run down, life doesn't mean anything, you have a low self-esteem, and you really want to know how can life benefit you. You put in the work, no one's recognizing you. You feel as if you're always going to be alone, and I understand that. Trust me, I've had these thoughts so many times over my years, that I too felt like, am I worth it? Am I worthy? And even though people say when you go to church, you're supposed to feel worthy because God is always looking out for you, which is very true. Which is very true. And when I was in recovery, I realized, hey, you know what? Everything that was for me was there all along. All I had to do was A, believe in myself, and B, trust the process, to stay determined there. But all I can just say is that when you work hard, when you put in the effort, when you are doing the most and you're enjoying it, and you really don't care about what you're getting out of it, but what you're putting into it, then the accolades will come, the recognitions will flow, and then you will start to realize, hey, they like me, they really like me, they recognize what I'm doing, and you feel so much better about yourself. And self-esteem can take a hit sometimes. It really can take a hit. You feel like the world is against you, everyone's against you. No matter what you do or you say, that it doesn't matter because someone's always got something against you, and you really feel like the world is, not your best friend. But it's not about the world. It's about trusted people in your circle, the people that know you the best, the people that see you work, the people that see you put in the time, the people that know your heart, that know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it, and they know who you are. They have that personal relationship with you. And not only that, the organizations that you work for, whether it be nonprofit, whether it be a regular organization, whatever, community based, whatever it is, if you put in the work, you will be recognized. I had no idea that any of my works, like I Dream of Freedom, would ever be recognized by anyone. All I know is that when I would go into poetry readings or in certain venues around the city, you get the applause, and that's what you go for. You go for the applause. You go for the comments, and I've heard quite a few positive comments, and I'm very happy about that. But at the same time, it just shows you that if you work hard, if you just don't compare yourself to anyone around you, if you just try to be better for yourself, then and only then can you see the fruits of your rewards bear out. And you can be happy knowing that if you keep working hard, if you keep putting in the effort, if you keep trying, all you get is not only that happiness, but you feel that relief, you feel that gratitude. You feel like if you worked hard enough, you can do it. Now, I know there are some of you out there saying, well, Charles, I work hard, I put in the time. I've done those things for years, I'm still not recognized. I hear you. I really sincerely hear you. Let me tell you something. Students, the ones that I worked with in the past and who have now graduated, hopefully enough gone to better schools and better places and now having jobs. They every time I would go to their school, every time when I would take over for a teacher for that day or for that week or for how long they're out, and I'll hear, "Hey, Mr. Chapman, how you doing, Mr. Chapman? All right, Mr. Chapman. Hi, Mr. Chapman." And I know they sneer behind my back, but that's besides the point. The positive, sincere uh, words from students means a lot, and they've always mean a lot to me. When they say, "Hey, Mr. Chapman, you're the goat," Mr. I mean, I don't really take that, but I would just say that I know it comes from a place of respect. I know it comes from a place of doing your job, working hard, making sure that you are doing the best in your job and for the people around, whether it be coworkers, whether it be students, whether it be just ordinary people or patrons. If you put in the work, they recognize you. They know that you're doing the job. And that's what I'm just trying to share here is that when you do the work, when you do the job, when you put in the time and the effort, and you do it for no other reason but just doing what you do because you love doing what you do, you're not looking for the outside glory, you're not looking for the recognition. All you want is an opportunity to just show that you can do it. Then, and only then, the students will love what you're doing, and that makes a tremendous difference as far as what you're doing. And I can keep saying this, and I really think for me, the overall message and the one thing I want to leave with you is that when you take yourself out of the equation and just immerse yourself in the joy of writing a poem or a novel, or to immerse yourself in the joy of just doing your task, doing your job, doing whatever it has to be done in order for things to get better, then whatever is said on the outside, whatever the outside has to tell you, all you know is that the ones who support you, the ones who know what you're doing, the ones you can see behind the curtain, that you're really working hard, that you're really putting your effort into it, that you really give your best, and no matter what, you know then everything's going to work out just fine because you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, and that is all that matters. That's all that's ever mattered. And for those of you who are still wondering when your time is going to come, well, trust and believe your time is coming. All you have to do is have faith, believe that it was going to come, and even if it doesn't, just immerse yourself in the joy, the happiness of doing what you're doing, and recognize no matter what, someone is watching. Someone is always watching, and they love what you're doing. And that is the sweetest reward of all. And that's all I want to share with you. So I hope that, again, after yesterday and this summer, how I started off with the recognition from my neighborhood association, all I can just say is that I really plan to go harder than ever. The work is not finished. The job is not done. I still have a long way to go, prayerfully. But I do know this, that as long as I live, I'm always going to put in effort. I'm always going to try to do my best. And yes, I lost my dad, I lost my mom, but their memories and their heart in me still remain. And what they put in me still remains. And I guarantee, I swear to you, I'm going to do everything I can. This is what Mr. Chapman's all about. And this is what Mr. Chapman's always going to be. So I thank each and every one of you for your support. I thank each and every one of you for your love, and thank you so much. So the journey continues. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to put a like or leave a comment. And also, too, if you want to subscribe for more positive content, more writings, and everything else, well, do that too. And we'll like to chop it up and talk shop sometimes about writing and the joy of writing, also the job of writing, or whatever writing is is for that moment. So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for bearing with me, and I really appreciate all of your support. It really means a lot to me. And you never know. You never know. And like I said, I'm gonna keep working hard because that's what I do. So, until next time, thank you each and one of you for watching. And always in closing, take care.